These homes were supposed to be a dream come true for millions of Mexicans, hardworking men and women who struggled for years to find affordable housing. Like SILVIA Martinez and her husband, who moved to La Trinidad 7 years ago. But after they bought their home, thanks to low-interest mortgages financed by the government, their dream of home ownership turned into a nightmare.
There is no public transportation, there is crime, we can't find jobs, there are few schools and places for children to play.
Only 30 square meters. It's barely enough room for them and their 2 sons. SILVIA had to turn her kitchen into a store so she could help buy a car for her husband's 2-hour daily commute to his job.
Many people like us came here, but they only lasted 2 or 3 months because they couldn't afford transportation or work.
More than 40% of these homes in La Trinidad are empty. Some were abandoned, while others never sold. This house has been abandoned, like thousands of others in this neighborhood. And what this really illustrates is the Mexican government's policy failure over the past decade to try and provide affordable housing to low-income families. Since 2000, more than 2 million low-income homes have been built with government subsidies. But the main problem, says this urban planner, is that the developers focused more on making a profit rather than building viable communities.
This has been the dominant housing policy by the federal government. For the developers, it was financially successful in the short term, but in the long run, it's very costly to society.
In January, President Enrique Peña Nieto announced a new policy saying his government would only offer financing to housing projects closer to cities and built as high-rises rather than urban sprawl. Welcome news for Maria Elena PATINO, who's been living in a makeshift camp in Mexico City for the past 20 years. She says she can't afford the high home prices in the city.
I hope the government can help us with a loan to buy a proper house, because the camp is too small and our family keeps growing.
Like many Mexicans, she wants to finally be able to be a homeowner without leaving her community. Rachel Levin, Al Jazeera, Mexico City.